My name is Mia Francis Yamamoto. I am a criminal defense attorney practicing here in downtown Los Angeles. My family, I guess my ancestors, you might say, got here in 1885. They actually landed in the island of Kauai. They were the first legal immigration out of Japan. Most of my family is still in Hawaii right now. My individual family was known as the first mainland family. My father came out here to go to law school at Loyola here in Los Angeles. He was the first Asian American to graduate from the Loyola Law School. 1934, my mom came out to be a nurse. They knew each other back in Hawaii. They were both living in Kauai before the families moved to Honolulu. And they got married out here and raised a family. Well, in my case, my father was a lawyer. My father was a lawyer for the NAACP and for the American Civil Liberties Union. So I saw what he did, and I saw the ideals that he was trying to achieve in society in terms of trying to get the Japanese American community in particular to be included as part of the American fabric. Specifically, the law profession. My father practiced in what was the segregated bar his entire career, because the bar in Los Angeles was not integrated until '61. My father died in 1957, so he never actually saw the integrated bar, but that was something he worked for his whole career. I thought that the ideals of the civil rights movement and a lot of the other movements for social justice that my father was involved in were things that interested me as well, inspired me. I wanted to be a part of it. So going to law school was a natural way for me to find a way and to be a part of that campaign, that cause. I was born in 1943 in the Poston relocation camp. I guess they called it, the camps were originally called concentration camps by the government and by everybody else, but I guess it turned into a euphemism over the years because of the uncomfortable connection to the murder camps of Nazi Germany. So they changed the names. But I came out of there, and I guess it's interesting because my father used to go around the camp saying, they can't do this to us. They can't put people in jail for their race. I've read the Constitution, it doesn't allow for that. And of course he was wrong. Race matters. It matters in this country, it matters all over the world. I'm hoping it will matter less in the future, but I don't think it's ever going to be a place where it doesn't matter at all. I grew up in the aftermath of World War II, which means that the Japanese were the least popular people in my neighborhood. I grew up in East LA, and I felt extraordinarily cloistered because of the hostility that we saw all around us. You couldn't buy real estate in certain places wouldn't serve you. This is a pre-civil rights America and Los Angeles, and the legacy that I had from being in jail has always, I think, given me a different perspective with respect to people who go to jail. Jail, prison is a horrible thing, and I think that experience, that history, absolutely directed me to where I am today. It motivates me. I see my humanity involved in the profession, in the legal system, and I have to be that part of it, which is trying to help the people that are at the bottom of it. I call that my prison legacy. I think that's the gift I got from having been born behind bars. I don't look at it with any kind of bitterness. I see that as something that provided me with a perspective that has been valuable to this day. It gives me an empathy for others that I don't know that I would have had without that experience. So I am grateful for it on one level. I also think it gives me a certain amount of credibility when I speak to other people about why it would be wrong to put Muslim people into internment camps, why it would be wrong to discriminate against people because of their religion or their race, and to treat them differently because of that. It's not American, it's not fair. It probably is not consistent with the Constitution, but it shows the gap between our ideals and our reality. And it also demonstrates to me what my job is, what my goal is, what my purpose is, to be in the profession, to make it better from that perspective, because that's where I come from, that's what I know, and hopefully that's something that I can do something about because of that perspective and that history. From my point of view, just being a transgender woman, I think my transition and my crusade to be a part of the trial lawyers of Los Angeles and California, and to make a place for other transgender people as well as especially transgender people of color, to go through transition, to be able to find a way to be included, to try to forge a path for other people who are similarly situated, was, for me anyway, my proudest moment. I think that the challenge of being a transgender woman of color today is as vivid and as significant as it's ever been. And in terms of the treatment of my community by the larger society, by the establishment, is a critical concern to me, and it is something that is what I would consider to be a primary concern, a primary cause. I think transgender people, just like people of color, we have never really chosen to be in that position. It's extraordinarily important that any minority community that is not well represented in the legal profession has to be there, because that particular voice, that particular perspective is not represented without them being physically present. But once we are there, we find an obligation to take that perspective and that experience and try to make society better based upon our unique perspective on the problem. Equal justice, liberty for all those things have to be fought for and worked for. They can't be achieved automatically, and they certainly can't be achieved by fiat. We've put on a couple of different conventions here in Los Angeles for NAPABA, and I do appreciate what NAPABA does. I think we have to have a voice, a unified voice across the country, and I think we need an organization that people can look to from not just the national perspective, but international perspective. That there is an organization that's devoted to inclusion and achieving American ideals through the legal system, and that we are actively involved in it. And I think that one issue with respect to NAPABA is something that I do seek and have NAPABA to be a spokesperson for our issues, and also to be a force for inclusion on a national level.